gaming, Spencer?
Let's go.
Probably. If I'm just being honest, very few beat PRX. Yeah, I mean, look, that's what it is. I mean, that's why they're one of the best teams in the world. That's why they're
That's why we're hearing these cheers.
Yes, exactly. That's why they have fans that come from all over Asia to see them, including plenty of friends in Korea as well that are, they have made over the last couple of years here. But it's not just that. It's the fact that they're able to not just do it here in our region, but in the global stage as well. They're constantly good. They're constantly getting top 3s and stuff. Even when they have to bring in a substitute at Tokyo Masters, like, what else can you say? They're world class. Period. End of story.
Yeah, we've been talking about how these two teams have been, having that age-old rivalry in a sense. It was PRX that broke Team Secret, where it was if they won against PRX, they would have gone on to Masters Copenhagen 2022. Sure, Team Secret had that lock-in, but no Masters or Champions showing ever since. And PRX has been one of those teams that has been kind of gatekeeping Team Secret in that way. They really want to get into playoffs so that they can start to maybe get something rolling here this year. We'll see how that kind of goes.
That's some deep history there.
Yeah.
That is some deep history, but it just goes to show just how much these two teams have seen each other grow as well in the Asia-Pacific scene, right? They have seen these teams, again, since the very beginnings of VCT, of Valorant, going at it. So, again, these two teams, they are, I think, like what defines, the very best of Southeast Asia as well.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And I want this to be said that I have a real soft spot for Team Secret because they were the first team I got to cast at Champions, and back when Wits and Dubstep were on the team. So I really want these guys to do well, truly.
Memories of the past, but now it's time to focus on the present. So let's pass it on over to Quack and to William to start the series off.
Thank you very much, Mika, Asarai, and Paperthin. Yeah, we're back in the present, but there is still a little bit of history. Last year in Pacific, Team Secret were actually the ones to beat PRX.
Yeah. I mean, listen, history is cool and everything, but time moves on, all right? We got to look to the future. And right now, Team Secret, again, I mean, this is the PRX with something. I mean, they've been looking quite unbeatable. Obviously, kind of let go of the finals at kickoff. Gen G taking that one over. Put the answer right back. Once they return from Masters Madrid, PRX looking like they are not ready to stop yet, especially with the return of Jing.
I know, and Jing has been making so many improvements, especially in that game against Gen G last week. They actually defeated them, and it was such an incredible performance. Meanwhile, for Team Secret, they've made some improvements of their own as well. I mean, Envy and Jeremy have been stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to give a lot of credit to Jeremy. I mean, still holding on to the most first kills per round. I mean, that's the type of stat you want to see for someone who now has to take on the mantle of the primary duelist here for Team Secret. So it's good to see. I think he's been getting more and more explosive each week as well. So as someone who was hoping to see Jeremy really hit that peak, hit that potential this year as a duelist, it's been an upwards trajectory, but of course we saw in the data, overall as a team, Team Secret not feeling too comfy yet on the scoreboards.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that they always want to work on, and that's why when we're looking at the map picks, it makes a lot of sense for the current bans to go through. You don't want to really face PRX Unbind unless you have a very specific game plan. Icebox is Team Secret's comfort pick. They've been playing it for the past 2 weeks. They've always been winning, and it's the same composition. Meanwhile, PRX, although they have one as well, it is that Sage.
Yeah, I mean, the Sage looked very good against Gen G. I mean, the Desk talked about it. The explosive executes, the kind of off-a-snap decisions that PRX can make. We'll see if that comes into play today against Team Secret. Of course, we talked a little bit more about the Sage comps in the previous match as well, how much it can kind of deny the flood-type retakes. So we'll see Team Secret. They're generally pretty good about using utility lineups to delay plants and then go for the retakes. So I'm curious how that will work out against each other.
And you also always want to watch out for Jesse Bash. We are starting things out on the defensive side for Team Secret. Just a little bit, disappointed. We don't see a Clove yet, maybe. The day's not over.
Listen, second map, Sunset. Sunset is one of those maps that I think a lot of people think Clove could be used on. So, if you're a Clove enjoyer, don't lose hope just yet.
Never quite know. Third map split as well. I wouldn't want to count that out, but we start things off. Just a bit of information gathering. PRX playing it safe. Something is already walking all the way out front, but still able to flick on the Jesse Bash.
The bait here from Forsaken just gets pinged. Not quite sure if it's entirely intentional. I gotta believe it is, because then something's already planted deep down mid lane. He's fighting with a turret, goes on the swivel.
All right. Topped off. The rest of the team off of some of these movements. Something as a turret. They've made their way onto the A site. There is a bit of a toxic screen that they have to work against. Something loses his life, so retake's underway.
Okay, now you know that there has to be a flank, right? Because you still set up your wall. You know it's not broken yet, so you got to imagine that it's going to be a split retake here. But do you expect two? No, you don't. Jeremy swings around with a nice kill with the Sheriff.
Might not expect the Sheriff either. Now you got to watch out for it. You don't want to leave yourselves open to these lines of sight, especially up around Belt or Nest. And now you got to watch out for Raptors too. NDG swings out along for the trade. But of course, it's this duo, Forsaken and Jing. They're able to land their shots, even with the classic Jing. Manages to close out the round for PRX.
Yeah, it's huge kills on both sides, but at the end of the day, Forsaken really holding on right on top of the spike, making sure that he's watching for the flank. They knew that it was 2 by the time Jeremy gets to kill. So they're ready for it. They understand that there's more, and they know that these lineups are coming as well. Forsaken very quick to let go of that defuse. Overall, great, but of course, more than anything, Jing getting the finishing kill on the pistol. It's a good place for him to continue that confidence build-up, which, quite frankly, I don't know if he ever lost the confidence. It's just like the timing and, you know, the meta and things like that.
Little bits, and he has to catch up a little bit, you know, Will, but what I really love, although it's not a highly tactical, high-level IQ round, it's like a lot of plays where PRX knows how to make use of their current terrain. There is a pause on the timer, so I'm a little bit concerned.
Yep. Surely not a timeout. I believe it is going to be a tech pause here, so hopefully that gets sorted out right away. But as we're waiting for that, I do want to give a little bit of props to Team Secret, right? I think they reacted a lot quicker than, you know, they have on maybe some other matches and maps where there seemed to be a plan right away that you're going to go for a ping onto mid, and then, you know, depending on that reaction, you're going to go for an instant push out, instant swivel, things like that from that B side. A side always looking to be delayed with the lineups. And surely that's a pattern that PRX will be aware of. I think maybe just caught off guard a little bit by the quickness of the push out from B. But clock is ticking down in game right now. I can see that on my other screen. And we're going to see it's chaos.
Okay. In classic PRX fashion, of course. But you know what? They won out in every single duel. Just up around Garage. Met face on full and full against Team Secret, and they didn't lose a single member.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can look at the minimap and see exactly what happened, right? I mean, this was a setup from Team Secret. You're trying to use that toxic screen against them. Stack up right outside Garage. Doesn't work out. It's a flawless. That's 3 Bulldogs and a Vandal carried over. I mean, this next round is no longer a bonus. It's a buy for buy.
Awesome. The Vi still on the Sheriff, though. It's still really good. Okay, now we get to see exactly how it went through. Flash shot by Forsaken.
Nice. Okay,
okay.
I wanna break turret on middle.
Okay, wants to break the turret in middle. All right.
Now
we know.
I will not?
No, I think he said I want to.
Okay.
He said I want to. But we've seen that from some of their comms videos, right? Something trying to be a lot more assertive in his comms as well. Forsaken kind of giving him that space.
Okay, there we go. And that has always been how PRX operates, right? Everyone has, you know, a little say in what they want to do. They just call for utility and they flow in together like that.
But I like this. The early break on the turret, right? If you know that that's the default setup, just make them have to worry about it. That's going to pull the forces back away from the sites.
That's why Borkum has his eye up on Boiler now.
And now the drone used on Kitchen as well. It's going to be a fast push. They're trying to just clear out some of the early util. Nanoswarm's not quite cleared, though, so a bit of a delay.
Slow Orb denying Raptors as well. NDG still around backside, but he's waiting for the team to arrive. It's going to be a full-on retakes play.
And now on the minimap, Mindfreak still watching for that flank, but it's a quick flail in by NDG. They didn't quite expect that speed.
Something definitely did not expect that. But now, spike down. It's out in the open. We don't have necessarily any frag. We do have the snake bites from Mindfreak. So as long as PRX plays it safe, they've got these lineups, they've got the lines of sight. They should be able to land their shots. Jesse Vash, though, is dialed in. NDG now finding a frag of his own. PRX needing to fight their way out, and unfortunately, it's not quite going to happen. Borkum will stick the defuse.
Yeah, you carry over 3 rifles, but quite a bit of damage done to the armors. So Team Secret will keep a tab on their credit situation. Overall, I like that they kind of sneak NDG in there while the wall's up. You kind of use that to your advantage that you don't have to clear as many angles, so he goes, sneaks in on the bottom floor. You love that from NDG. That means that the rest can now peek out from heaven. You're able to dig deeper right off the start before you go for the early tap. It's a good call from Jesse Vash, the IGL. And now we'll see. I mean, PRX, they seem to be wary that, you know, that util setup's going to be there on A, that there's going to be lineups, things like that. But Team Secret, That gives them a bit of an edge in controlling the timing on the retakes.
Good retake. And they knew that PaperX were coming for some of these duels, so just keeping their sights trained into some of these choke points, they managed to make it work. PaperX goes in for the same rushdown strategy, not breaking the turret this time though. So Team Secret just kind of respecting the space for the time being. NDG not quite anywhere around the site, but it's the same sort of full-on retake strat. Jing waiting out that fragment for the spike plant.
Yeah, but that means he's going to have to plant safe. So that spike, the post plant's not great for it, but Forsaken's just going to hold on to the site with a nice double.
Watch for Raptors, watch for Jesse Vash. Now they're hunting him down, peeking out one by one. Jesse Vash with the double kill to answer right back.
Yeah, I think some of us are regretting those pushes just about now. He's only 1 point away from the Hunter's Fury as well. One gets pinged, but Mindfreak does that on purpose, right? He's trying to clear it, but this sets up for Forsaken. You don't quite expect him.
He's crouched as well. So he doesn't have it at head height. Flicks over just an inch away from Forsaken.
Nice.
So the triple kill ends it for PaperX. They picked up the 3rd win.
I mean, the heads up from Jesse Vash knew that this might be a bait, but not able to snap onto Forsaken, sitting at low health. He will make the Hunter's Fury happen, so ult cycle trying to keep up, but PaperX sitting ahead with the null command and the lockdown as well.
Now PaperX might have to temper with their pacing a little bit, because so far they've been rushing repeatedly into this A site. Right now you gotta want to watch out for the Hunter's Fury. If you try to get the spike planted, you never quite know what Team Secret might throw at you. But I love the adjustment to watch for Raptors.
Yeah, but this is why PaperX is the armchair analyst's nightmare, right? What's slowing down? What's tempo control? We're just gonna pressure mid right off the bat.
Something.
Just plant him there. Mindfreak there in the cover.
Oh!
Wow. Okay. I mean, both of them expecting each other, but Jeremy actually went out with the shirt.
Yeah, somehow the Vandal shot's just not quite going through because of jumping inaccuracy. Meanwhile, though, the rest of the squad still repeatedly going into that A site, and like I said, the Hunter's Fury invested. Jing eliminated.
Yeah, but now the lockdown can find full value. The spike already ticking down. This can be an absolute timing thing. Yeah, Divide, maximum value off of this.
I don't know, though. Jeremy coming out from behind. You're going to have to watch out for that. Forsaken trying to hold out the front. The toxic screen is a bit of a pesky
I mean, they can't get rid of this lockdown.
Wow, it actually went through.
Yeah,
Jeremy still
not in a position to try to find a lineup with the fragment there.
Okay.
One enemy remaining.
Jeremy's still kind of able to set up the flank. There's that shot that ends the round. Team Secret. They have the right ideas.
Thrifty.
I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised that Team Secret, you know, once they knew that they weren't that confident on the lineup, it seems, they just say, you know what? Let's just see if we can draw out the numbers, right? Because they're going to have to defend this lockdown. They can't just let it sit out in the open. So they try to dwindle it, knowing, like you said, that Jeremy was on the flank.
One enemy remaining.
A lot of pressure for the remaining PaperX players to be stuck inside of pipes as well. So this is something we saw similar from the pistol round, where Team Secret sends some players up from the flank from behind.
Well, PaperX taking a page out of Team Secret's book.
Oh my god, they're doing it. They're doing it, Will.
Oh, here we go, Team Secret. It's just Jeremy, though. No support. Just him solo against an eco round.
Okay.
He'll get 2.
And he's looking for the 3rd. Something will shut him down for the time being. There could have been so much more. Meanwhile, the entirety of Team Secret works their way around this. They are waiting for PaperX to rush on through.
Just a hold on to that second floor. Wanted to check hell, but he gets picked off.
One enemy
A little bit of
remaining.
a sidestep for Mindfreak.
Spike down.
Unfortunately, still way too many targets to hit Team Secret and NDG. They swarm every single possible angle. 3-3 for now. This 6 round repeatedly rushing down A site.
Yeah, and guess what? I wouldn't be surprised if they do it again. I mean, listen, whatever works.
Enemy remaining.
Try to stick with it for as long as possible. Sure, you lost a couple rounds here and there, but see if you can regain that control.
Okay.
Now, Team Secret, the way they're setting up around A Heaven, right, and the support from screens as well, the crossfire angles are very good. I'm not quite sure if PaperX has an answer to this.
Okay. Slightly different this time, Will.
Is it, though? The spike is on the A side.
I know,
Listen,
but
I'm a little
it's not a
doubtful.
rush. It's not a rush.
Dude, something is... I mean, I love the confidence plays, and he's made some crazy highlights, but that's 2 times in a row he tries to get a drop shot into Tube.
Way too wild. And that kill didn't even come from Tube. Team Secret very aware. They're very well adjusted to PaperX's game plan. So although it's not a rush, now slowly walking into the A site, working at a numbers disadvantage.
So the purpose is obviously drawing aggro, and you succeed in that. The site is weaker, it's emptied out. But Team Secret, again, a team happy to delay with lineups and go for the retake late. A bit of a miss on that shock dart, though.
Got rid of the nanostorms. Timing's just a little bit off. I mean, you mentioned drawing aggro, but it's not quite there. This time, Mindfreak has a game plan. Trying to wrap back around from behind screens.
Yeah, you saw the lockdown coming in as well, but because of that lockdown, he can't actually get far ahead, so they're going to reset
Tap
the
on
lineups.
Envy rushes stop down below. Divine managing to take out that GG.
Jesse?
But, oh gosh, Jesse Vash.
And
line of
Envy!
sight. Envy with the spray. He gets both of them. The fragment might be able to take out Borkum, but still the defuse is Team Secret's.
And Jesse Vash only 2 points away from another Hunter's Fury. Jesse has been not only getting the reads, he's been getting the impact frags as well. Excellent trades for his teammates, leading the board 9-5-2, leading by example.
Very incredible stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this drawing aggro in mid, I get the idea, right? You're trying to make the site weaker and then plant the pressure of a flank. Oh, just one at a time.
One enemy remaining.
It's just peeking into him too, but Envy, that is it. Timeout now called by Coach Alex. He needs to fix it. That A hit is just not quite working out. The post plant is not working out, Will.
I mean, yeah, the post plant's a little messy, right? They're getting the plants down, but they're forcing it with the Sage Wall, and they don't quite have something else set up. I mean, a couple of rounds where they did win, it's because they have better control, they have better sightline of A heaven. So that way they're able to check for rafters, you only really have to worry about screens, and that makes things a little easier. But if you get picked off early on in the round, right, if you're playing a 4v5 already, that puts you at a disadvantage. Sure, this time the backup plan was the lurk, but the lockdown, it pushes you away. So you decide, we're going to need to buy time because we've all been shoved out. Try to reset for the snakebite lineups, where our teammates are already dropping like flies.
Alex being incredibly verbal. That's when you know something's up. But apart from that...
Well, something's in the middle of the scoreboard.
Okay,
But
not that something.
we have to do it once at least every time. It never
Every
gets old,
single
Chad.
cast.
You'll just have to live with this pun forever until he plays Valorant.
But the main thing is, you know, still a lot of credit to Team Secret, because even though they had all the right game plans, just the awareness to watch out for the flanks, the awareness to send Envy down right from underneath PRX. It's incredible stuff, and they might actually be able to walk away with this map win, and that's one that they really need in this matchup.
All right, so Team Secret, because of that timeout, they're going to use this early drone. A lot of times, they kind of wait until right before the 1 minute mark to clear out mid and then reset. But this time, they already emptied A site. Why? Probably because of the snow command, especially, right? They were ready for a potential switch up on B. And if it's A, let them use the null command. We go for a full retake. However, they are late on the rotate. So the setup is there this time for PRX.
I don't know. They might have the angles, but it does feel as though Team Secret is very, very much in control of this. They wanted to let this happen. Tossing out the utility to draw out some of the PRX players for the time being. Cloud bursts have been spent just to keep themselves alive. Something will be able to swing out. There's the first blade. Jing finding a single shot through. Jesse Bash now swinging out wildly. Mindfreak able to take him down. Forsaken holds on the angle, and Borkum's flank now has been spotted. PRX evening out the score.
Yeah, I mean, sure, you get shoved out of your spots a little bit, right? A lot of util trading on both sides, fragments thrown out from both teams as well. But that means that Team Secret's retake is a lot weaker. That util had to be used to clear out the closer angles first, and PRX still had time to reset on the angles. Now, we did see an operator on that board. We'll see if that makes a difference.
We shall see. It does show that the retakes can be foiled with, but it was an expensive round, a little bit expensive for PRX. Jeremy now with the operator, like you mentioned. He's got his sights trained down. PRX, though, swapping things up on towards the B site.
Yeah, they're dialed in. They know that there's a possibility of this operator without the early pick here.
Okay, Toxic Screen is down. The rotations have gone through. We still have the vibe lurking around the A side, so this tells me it might not be the full commit.
Oh, Envy actually gets that
getting
kill.
the shot. Just a little bit of a tag and it's enough.
All right, the res is there, but here's the thing. you still have Jeremy watching out for a lurk in A. So Team Secret knows that this can all be bait just to draw them out onto the B site.
Oh, they have no choice but to go forward.
Something
Something trying to catch the initiative against the Team Secret players, but NDG steady. Spike retrieved by Forsaken. Still working along with Mindfreak's pit. But how long can you stay alive inside of this green gas? Team Secret has got you completely surrounded.
Spike planted.
Here comes the
he's
drone.
been tagged. Gets away just in time. The Nanoswarm's also making sure they can't pinch around him on the pit.
PRX needing to play around the timing of this. Device swings out, trying to catch them off guard, but unfortunately it's not meant to be. And here comes the rest of Team Secret.
Oh!
They know exactly where they're hiding. Mindfreak tries to stay tucked away, but feeling the pressure of the defuse coming through, it's going to be Envy who comes in with the drive-by. Team Secret back up.
I mean, such patience from Team Secret, right? The pit comes up, and they just know that with the pit only barely covering the initial plant, you break the wall, you constantly spam, you use your util. And really, the entire plant here. Well, first of all, great shot from Envy, knowing that.
Was through the. Oh,
Wow.
Even got the one onto Jing as he gets the spike plant in the common spots.
Yeah, I mean, again, that pit doesn't cover enough, so it's a lot easier for Secret. But what I was impressed with was, again, Jeremy holding out for long enough on A, just in case that this forces them back. So Team Secret being wary, not overreacting, but just knowing what their win conditions are. They weren't afraid of the pit once they had the numbers advantage.
Team Secret always making sure that they are staying one step ahead of PRX at all times. And that's really what could give them the win on this map. Jeremy's still alive on that operator, and PRX gonna have to watch out for it. They're playing off a bit of a default this time. I don't know, Will.
I mean, right now, Jing in the best position to spot him at some point, but he's only got a stinger in hand. So PRX with that stinger on one member, just trying to scout out. Now, during all of this, they've cleared green. They put pressure all the way onto yellow as well. They're going to plant something, and now they're going to go for the classic kind of 1-4 split,
Look
push
at
and
NDG.
pull.
Look at NDG.
Yeah, this is a big one. The fact that he hears these footsteps. He makes the call. We saw it on the cam.
Tiny gaps across the map. NDG slips in and provides information. He is such a spy. Borkham now hovering up around halls.
Huge tag onto two crucial members of PRX as well with that 0 point.
Envy. And he's got the null command too.
30 seconds.
Jeremy's still stuck on the A side, but it's not, a big deal. Comes the snakebite to deny the spike plant. PRX running out of time.
And the spam off of the fragment as well. I mean, Team Secret knows exactly the places that PRX has to back out to. They know the value of their lineups.
Completely in control. Complete firing range as they continue to spray on down this single lane as well. Mindfreak, the only one left, trying to stay alive around yellow, but spotted out by the operator at the very end.
Wah, kacau.
It's just really, really good. And this is why Team Secret has been one of the stronger teams in Icebox. First of all, just the lineups are really solid, right? And once they know exactly what areas to line up players, they know that if you were to look towards the plan, if they were to back, where would you have to go? You can see them actually swing on the wall. A bit of a miss here on that setup. But overall, it's just really, really good setups. Again, I can't emphasize it enough. Really good patience. No overreactions from Team Secret today.
Yeah, very, very, very much patient, controlled, cautious. Now Jeremy on the same thing. Different angle, though.
Yeah, the
Trying
flash
to
will
catch
force him
PRX.
to back out. Goes for one more chance. Ready for the ante.
All right. PRX keeping up the ace, but Jeremy, look at him. Swap it over onto the shorty just in case they come up around. Jesse bashed back into support too, knowing that it is that half buy. It is going to be close quarter duels. The wall bang. He makes sure that he doesn't go down without swing. And then the lockdown. Although it does go through, PRX might be able to stick the plant. They've lost way too much.
Oh, and the no command.
No.
Yeah, that means they can't really protect themselves with util. Team Secret is pinching in. Forsaken 5 HP.
Oh my god, he's trying. He's trying. Team Secret
One enemy remaining.
keeping things interesting as they tap on towards the revive of Envy. Up he goes. But of course, the shot from behind as well. Pigeonholed into the sight. I mean, I hate to say it, Will, but it almost looks as though, like, it's the whole storyline of Jing coming back in, right? It takes a little bit of time for him to retool himself into the roster. Icebox, although they might have done, you know, decently well against Gen.G on this map, it still isn't enough time, especially when they're up against a team like Team Secret, who has done so much practice on a map like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of credit to Secret as well, right? Understanding the enemy's composition and their timings, knowing that it's PRX.
Absolutely.
Knowing that, listen, normally Team Secret, the moment you hear the enemy, all of their lineups would fly out instantly. And they would normally win a round like that. But with PRX, you know that they might push you off of that. They might just be faking the plant, especially the first couple rounds. I think Team Secret got a really good read off of how those early round losses went. They're able to delay, be a bit more patient, make sure they set up for the flank. Again, always keep that second option for a potential retake.
Which is precisely why this is Team Secret doing such a good job. I mean, even look at this. Viper's Pit up now in the last round of the first half.
Oh, and speaking of Odin's on Icebox, it is here. Although this is very long range.
Very specific angle. You got Envy watching underneath Tube as well. Pretty soon, Mindfreak's going to walk into the crosshairs, the sights of Jesse Vash. Now continuing to spray through. He instantly knows that it's going to be a mixed movement through screens into B. NDG is prepared because of this call. Divide trying to sneak up through the zipline. Manages to take down one head. Is it going to be enough, though? Not quite. The spike dropped. Envy spins around. Such a quick move. Divide has a tall task ahead of him. Needs to swing out. But Jeremy's just quicker on that trigger with the operator.
A massive first half from Team Secret. 8-4 lead. And even that last round, you go for the early pit, but therefore you're afraid of a potential pinch. You know that one of the ways with that pit kind of denying entry into the standard entrance of A site, you're thinking, all right, the other weakness is going to be mid. So we're going to hold far back. I'm not going to get tagged by any utility because I'm holding the Odin from all the way in spawn. Just watching for that kitchen push, that 2 push. Then you hear the wall. It gets broken down by the Odin. Now PRX, they're panicking. They go into the site one by one. NDG's there. You know, Jaw at the ready to pick him off one at a time. A good hold by NDG. You know, give props where it's due. You know, a lot of people questioned, is he ready for the big stage? He seems to take a long time to warm up. You know, is he going to have enough impact? I say today so far, he's doing exactly what the team needs him.
Working off the information, the calls from the IGL, Jesse Vash. Everything within Team Secret's control. NDG's just in the perfect moments, and he definitely performs up to par. 8-4 first half, you know, it's going to be tough for PRX to come back from this.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously, you know, the forcing the defuse, things like that, Secret's no stranger to it. Obviously, they've been playing for a long time. They were here when that meta was all we saw on Icebox. And then you also have to push out at some point, especially on this A side, to take a bit more control of the map as the defenders. Jing's going to have to land a lot of shots. I mean, 3, 10, and 3. Not a scoreline we've often been able to read from the likes of Jing.
Different looks, but we shall see. Starts off with the pistol again. PRX had some pretty spicy rounds starting off in the first half due to their massive firepower and smart plays, micro plays around a little part of the map. Something trying to do the same thing now, working up his crosshairs around 410. Nobody's peeking out from Team Secret yet, though. I mean, look at how careful they are being.
Yeah, still 1 minute 10 on the clock. You got 2 members by B Garage. I'm curious if they'll ever push into B to create a bit more space as you're just holding for a push out. I mean, Team Secret knows that PRX is the one that's starving for information.
Oh, okay. Just a little bit of contact. Jing instantly walls up just to block it off.
Yeah, but you do draw out that wall. That's the wall down for the defuse as well.
That's why the spike is now going over onto B.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get that plant, if this site is still weaker by the time you arrive, that defuse is a lot harder now without the Sage.
Oh, Tracer's narrowly missing Mind Freak. I was going to say he needs to, you know, do a little bit of damage to Team Secret as they try to get the spike down, but he's not in position to do so. The snake bite has been drawn out as well, and look at what's happening on the map. In B, on a bit of a lurk, a bit of a flank. Divine able to sneak out against NDG. The spike all the way back to A. We got 16 seconds left. It's just enough time
Yeah, but this is such a far angle for Envy. I mean, he'll get value, but how many kills does he get? Meanwhile, wow, nice stink there. Two people.
The fisherman,
Here
very
one.
patient. Envy now.
Last player
God, it's
standing.
so far, man. Even with a headshot, you can't get that clean
Too
first
many
kill.
players, Will. Here comes Jesse Vash now. Has to make the play of his life. Swings back up around, and it's going to be Mind Freak with the Ghost, ever so confident. He has been clutching for the team, so both pistol rounds to Paper X so far.
So the good news for Team Secret is, again, right, keeping those options open, still going for the lurk, even though that, you know, you don't necessarily have a strong numbers advantage, things like that. But at the end of the day,
Anjing kaget gua.
gets caught in a crossfire. Your two people, Devi finishing off the kill.
Yeah, I want to say like one of the big kills was Divine. The one onto Borkum and the one on the site too. Very, very patient stuff, but Team Secret, you know, still back in the game.
Ooh, half armor and a sheriff buy as well for Envy. That's a pretty big investment. See if it, you know, is able to pay off into even the next round, especially with this outlaw on the other side.
Something.
They're aware of this. Team Secret knows.
The pistol train right under something. With all the shots, but here comes Jing. A bit of a swap setup. He's getting the quad kill.
You know, who said the outlaw needed to get kills? It just needs to draw the aggro, apparently, for the Spectre.
Apparently.
I mean, this is a rushed screen just to make them think that he's in the site, but Devi's already been past it. He's already in the corner.
Oh my god. Don't you love it when two game plans meet?
Yeah, I mean, Team Secret, it was a great way to sneak in. I mean, they knew. I mean, it's something. It's Paper X, the Outlaw for sure. It's going to be there. If it's not something, Forsaken oftentimes picks up that weapon.
Okay. Good little attempt by Borkum, but once again, Devi. The fishing line has been cast. And all he's got to do is to reel it in. 6-8. This is now the round for Team Secret.
Yeah, I mean, these are much needed pistol and anti-ecos here. And good coverage from Jing, of course. I mean, something not dying instantly either. But even with the pistol swap, the classic swap for the 4th kill, very big impact for Jing that allows him to stabilize with 3 of the weapons. So now a judge in the hand of something. He's going to play close on green.
Team Secret with the same game plan. Just kind of marking garage now, but not expecting the judge. That's 2 rifles gone. Potential bonus pickup for Paper X.
I mean, the judge on a bonus here for Icebox. It's tough to read. I mean, yes, some teams are always going to go for it. He chases in, not aware of Mind Freak.
Jeremy. Okay, trade for trade. Now it's going to be Jing. Whoa, just an instant snap up with the Spectre still. Jesse Vash now going to have to do everything. His teammates have been lost. Something arrives on the crime scene with his judge, but unfortunately it's going to be Jesse Vash swinging that gavel. Forsaken and Devi trying to snap up from behind. Jesse Vash knows that it's not quite safe to plant just yet.
Yeah, he ideally wants to just pick off one more on the route to backup, but yeah, Paper X has already doubled up.
Oh, they're just going to stay hidden, aren't they? Okay, 0 point. Tells a little.
Yeah, trying to make it look like they're both backed out from here, and they'll just go for the flank. I mean, just playing for time, I think, for Paper X, right? Trying to make sure that Jesse Vash stays tied up here, doesn't go all the way to B, you know, doesn't get to set up for anything. Then they'll check for the rotate off of that timing. Paper X, they still have another flash drive, another fragment to work with.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, see, now he has to be worried about A main. I mean, this is overall a pretty good setup here from Paper X. Now he'll hear the util.
So now he turns back around. Devi needs to be careful. Forsaken.
Gotta go for a flash drive here. Okay, not close.
Okay, there's the flash. Completely blinded. Good peek out. Clean take from Paper X, trying to keep Jesse Vash on his toes.
Yeah, I mean, the mental conditioning there, throwing constant utility off of stagger as well, all the way. And the problem was for Jesse Vash, he doesn't realize that they threw it all the way at the entrance, right? All the way by belt. It wasn't by pipes. So they're throwing it from afar, making them think that they didn't have time to rotate. Then once he realizes they've rotated, one's already onto conveyor, they're now able to go for a crossfire. It's a good setup to buy with the jiggle, and then it's the pop flash up in the sky.
As always, In true PaperX fashion, that round starts with the judge kills. This is what gives them that comeback. Now the bonus round in their pockets, something up on the operator. Jing back in with the res as well. Jesse Vash might have the Hunter's Fury. He's gonna have to think about saving that for a future round.
Oh, and nearly everyone gets tagged by that 0 points. Team Secret not going to be as speedy as they would have wished, but they'll still get the first peek on a Mind Freak.
Nice. All right, very careful, trying to make use of the little gap inside the toxic screen, but unfortunately he gets tagged up instead. So the plant goes through. Post plant setups from Team Secret coming in.
Okay, wanting to
Jing
play
with
with
the
the
res.
numbers here. Yeah, even against the Eco, they know they need to push because of that Hunter's Fury, that post plant. You know, the lineups, it's all going to be there.
Oh, gotta push it really soon though. Using utility just to trap down yellow for the time being, but now swinging in. That poison cloud is doing so much. Envy, what
and
a
then
shot.
the fragment.
Oh, and another.
Oh, and a third.
quad.
Woohoo! Thrifty, anjay.
Huge hold by
Yeah,
Envy.
Team
Doesn't
Secret.
even need to use the Hunter's Fury from Jesse Vash. I mean, that is just a typical Envy show. 28 and 10 on the scoreboard, but all with the Guardian. One taps through and through.
Gotta look at the replays on that.
I mean, first of all, a good check onto Mind Freak through the crack. And Borkum, he'll hold on, but they have to use an early snakebite. Throws
Lah.
a fragment as well. Just snaps on. He sees the tracer, and he's ready for the peaks.
Dead shots. Pop
Surat
off
banget,
king.
anjir.
Asteroid is gonna enjoy that one. But still, I mean, I gotta admire that poison cloud from Borkum because it really blocks off a lot for PaperX. So Team Secret keeping their lead up.
PaperX reads this.
Okay.
Yeah, they read this. That it's going to be a forward movement, whether it's up on nest or whether it's right under it.
Quick divide. Very stable
checking
for oh,
close.
the edge.
But they were suspecting him for so long. I gotta imagine that they will surely still check this at some point, right?
Oh my god, I do not know. If
I
they
mean,
do
here
their
comes the drone.
due diligence, then yes, but
No drone. Yes,
okay,
drone.
there's the drone.
Okay.
Props
Something.
up Tillwin. Okay, now he gets out. A little trade for utility. That took a little bit too
So
long for comfort though,
rotate.
like 30, 20 seconds. Of the rest of the squad rotating over. PaperX reading the same movements as well. Something against Jeremy,
Oh!
but Jeremy gets the heads-up duel.
Yeah, something was not quite aware of that re-peek from the left side. He was more concerned about the cubby on the right. And now with Jeremy being spotted on A, PaperX, they're still just going to hold on to B site.
NDG, unfortunately. The cost of the spike plant. Now we've got the null command from Envy as well, earned from the previous round. Just trying to slow down this retake. Divide trying to find the shots, but it's not
Wah,
quite
ada yang
happening.
cover.
Jing now pushes up front, but look at the cover
Whoa,
fire.
that's
Borkum with the
crazy.
quadruple.
2 4Ks back to back. One for NV, one for Borkum. Team Secret, they are firing today. Came prepared on Icebox, and you know who knows what the rest of the best 3 looks like, but at least their own map pick, they're ready for it. You know, I don't mind sticking the plant either. The snake bites, everything, you know that you still have the overall numbers advantage. You're just making sure that you go for the trade, and that's all up to Borkum.
Everything going according to Team Secret's game plan right now. They haven't called a single timeout. This is the second one from Coach Alex.
We'll see what does Alex tell them here. Because obviously, generally, yeah, that's always the standard. You got to push out for some pressure on A. And whether you hold on to it or not, what's the rest of the reaction? Now, until now, PaperX oftentimes planting out in mid after that initial push, see if there's a rotate. But they've been getting shoved out of that as well. And the other thing that's probably scaring PaperX is a bit is the fact that the Team Secret players are not shying away from fights, right? They'll take those duels any day. They'll go for the peaks right now. And so PaperX can't rely on their mechanics to give them the mental edge in this matchup.
Yeah, it's not quite working. You know, it makes you think if those first few rounds where they repeatedly rush down A site is biting them in the back right now. Meanwhile, for Team Secret, those heads-up duels, even though Jeremy's, you know, maybe not at the top of the kill feed, he is putting in that impact. But at the same time, Envy, Jesse Vash, that impact is definitely felt. Especially Envy.
20 kills. This guy.
14
KO.
assists, too.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing everything he can as that KO.
Oh, okay.
Got him.
Got his one. Eliminated the tail for a second.
Yeah, and the fact that it was a high setup as well on green lets him kind of get a lot of vision on it. Now you know that Team Secret has to be worried about the flank. He even catches sight of the Viper, so you know that even if there's a push on A, it's a weak one. It's only 3 members.
Which is why the rest of them on A site aren't really budging too much. However, with the patience, Envy going up for the heads-up duel. Jeremy off timing catches PaperX in on the rotation. Jing, though, left undiscovered, will be able to pick up a bit of a double, only for the time being.
Borkum hears
That
it.
lurk.
He hears 2. He's going to wait to peek only the second one. Misses the timing on it. He'll have to regroup with his teammate.
Comes back in now. They've got the timing on the site. They can set up having advantageous angles. The Viper speed to block off screens too.
Gak
It
kena.
only covers part of that spike.
Okay. Oh, this is such a tough angle to clear. Oh no!
Oh, he sees him.
Third kill. Mindfreak just trying to do what he can. Goes in for the tap to draw the peek out. But it's just the U-tilt thrown at him.
There's
Doesn't
not
have
much.
vision. It's too far.
Yeah, there's not much he can do, and he has no
Look
idea
at
that
how he
Envy's
swapped
out.
up sides. Envy. So smart, so cerebral, on top of the game. He's got the secret. PaperX has got to find that out.
A really good hold here
Anjir.
from Team Secret in the post plant as
Kalah
well.
ngadu
And then also
aim.
creeping up all the way past pipes by cutting audio, knowing that they've kind of, let their hand be shown in the beginning of the round.
Oi, 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 oi. Sorry, sorry. Gak apa-apa.
Sejak kapan lu di sini?
Lah, dari tadi anjing. Lu di mute.
Gua bisa di luar.
Waduh. Pantesan.
PRX ya?
Iya. Kalah anjing. Di icebox.
Shit, bantai anjing.
Iya anjir. Kacau.
Team Spirit ya?
Iya, tim secret.
Will get planted.
Spike
Gonna
planted.
be a fast
Not
flood
bad,
back
huh?
in for PaperX, but Team Secret, they're ready for it. There's post plant. Positioning was already in place before the spike goes down.
Genji.
Trapped outside of rafters. It just doesn't work out. Something has to
Iya,
save.
nggak tahu
It's
kenapa.
gonna be map point
Bagus
for
banget
Team
ini mereka.
Secret.
Still got a
Si Team
100 here
Secret.
as well, 2 points away from no command.
Attack sama
I
defense-nya.
mean, you've got the Blade Storm. Team Secret is looking ready to
Post plan-nya
close
juga
this
bagus,
map
anjir.
out in
Gila.
the near future.
Very near, Will. I'm starting to think this is flashbacks to last year.
It could be.
It's that
Could be.
Team Secret PaperX El
Kacau.
Clasico. Something about this matchup.
I mean, Team Secret, they've taken down giants, not just PaperX, right?
Yes.
They were one of the first teams to take down DRX last year in the league play. Uh-oh. Op's been pinched. Ooh. Yeah, if you dropped that, that was real bad news.
So back into this potentially final round. Team Secret sitting on 3 ultimates. PaperX on 2. So far, the takes have been fantastic. The way they're going across the map, or even just checking and sensing for the push and the pull of PaperX's defenses. Now marking the post-plant exits as well.
Time. It's going to be a trade for trade. But with Sage down, I don't think Team Secret minds this, because that means, again, oh, Sage is down? You guys don't have a wall? You guys don't have slow orbs? We're going B.
Which is exactly what they want. Mindfreak has to be prepared for these. He's got only the Guardian. Can he do the same thing that Envy just did?
Forsaken's here as well for the backup, so Mindfreak just needs to draw the aggro, just needs to draw them in.
Okay. Keeping it safe. There goes the first. Down to the second. The Snakebite doing a little bit of work. Mindfreak looking to clutch out the round. Jesse Vash though. Oh, vision. Now robbed away. Mindfreak getting the angle.
Huge hold from Mindfreak. I mean, I talked about how he just needs to draw them in so that Forsaken can get the crossfire. He successfully does so on the first kill, but then he's ready for the next. Team Secret, they realize they've been spotted. They have no choice but to try to force their way around Yellow.
Gila, beda berapa
It's
detik
a
sama
setup for
Twitch anjing
NDG, but he
itu.
can't finish the kill onto Mindfreak.
Beda jauh Twitch ya.
Oh wow, that's the watch party in Indonesia.
Kalau buka Twitch berat banget kayaknya anjing.
Lo kalau mau cepet ini Valorant Indonesia.
Yeah, see if PRX can give more to cheer for here in the first
Dia lebih
half.
duluan daripada VCT Pacific.
They've been trying to, send in a little bit of early aggression to take an opening pick against Team Secret, mess with their game plan a little.
Oh, this is hard to
Hasn't
read.
quite worked out too cleanly.
What?
Wah gila berdua cok.
Eddie dashes in, now back up around. The Hunter Sphere from Jesse Bash catches him on the foot. Borkum will be able to finish off
Jing,
that
bawah lu,
kill.
Jing.
Jing,
Here comes
bawah
up
Jing,
around Pipe
Jing,
to
bawah
flash
Jing.
through. Borkum
Yeah.
does not mind it. Forsaken comes back into trade for his fallen brethren, now back onto the Guardian. Needs to stay alive. The barrel gives away his position. Mindfreak in for the trade. Now Jesse Bash looking for the final kills, but it's that high-low setup.
Anjing.
PRX still alive.
Holy
Mampus,
cow,
mampus.
something. Gets the collat, dashes forward, which that one I gotta believe is not intentional.
No.
But he does get the reset because he had activated it before.
But the movement
Dar.
to keep himself alive, that was pretty...
I mean, yeah, the calmness after the initial, hiccup to just draw out even more aggro.
Jeez, you gotta be watching this
Langsung
game
time
with
out
bated
Team
breath.
Secret.
Type.
Oh man, and that's
Now a
enough.
timeout from Team Secret.
Yeah, that's enough to draw out that timeout. Which is, I mean, good news for PRX. I don't know if they quite mind. Sure, Team Secret, they'll hope that this also ices PRX just a tad bit. But on the PRX side, I don't think they mind. Just calm down, right? Chill out. It was a bit of a heated round. They were able to still close it out.
We got 3 rounds to go.
Tim Secret itu mana sih? Malaysia apa Singapura apa?
Filipin.
For these early
Philippines.
aggressions, Team Secret might take their time with the next couple of rounds. And this gives PRX a few more options.
You gotta imagine there might be some talk about some mid pressure here
That's what
from
I'm
Team
thinking
Secret,
about,
but I mean, PRX surely
Eropa
really
anjing.
wary of it themselves. Now, whether
Huh?
they go out to use them or
European
not,
Esport
I wouldn't be
Organization.
so sure. I think
Mungkin
PRX
cabang
certainly give a lot
Filipin
more
kali.
respect to Secret as well, which is working out in their favor.
Cuman kuatnya
Before,
apa?
both teams a little too happy
Rata-rata
to fight.
playernya
Secret's
banyak dari
being
Asia dia,
prepared.
Southeast banyaknya.
All they need is
this
that one
is-
Oh
round.
iya.
Oh, is this
PUBG
it?
Mobile banyak
Really?
dari
Is this the
Asia.
elevator up? I mean, with an op on the other side.
Iya lokasi
Dua kali
mereka
I
di
gotta imagine
Filipin.
this is the funnel through.
Oh, they tried.
Dotanya lumayan
A bit of
katanya.
a miss though. It's not the group
Datanya
that you were
lumayan tapi
hoping
udah
to set up on
udah
Belts.
It
degradasi
worked
ya.
against Gen G because it
Makin
was a
kemarin.
surprise, but Team
Oh.
Secret's prepared for it this time.
Dota menang major berapa
Elevator
kali anjing
plays
dia, keren.
denied.
Iya makanya.
Bit of
Kalau di
loss
Valorant
made
berapa
to
kali
tank
master
back.
gitu dia menang.
PRX
Dia
truly
soalnya singkatku tuh waktu
tested
kayak
in this
2008
first map against
2009
Team
apa ya.
Secret.
Itu
But I
jadi
like this from Team Secret, right? Because they're
merek
reading this and saying,
kursi.
okay, you went for the elevator play, but
Terus
Jet
mouse.
wasn't there for the updraft. So Jet wasn't there. You
Where else could
potentially,
he be?
yeah,
Terus harus
got that
kerja
off. You
sama
drone out, not
sama
planted
mereka.
a nest either. Huh.
Mindfreaknya
We're
terlalu
okay
jauh
to
lagi
still
kalau
play.
mau
It's not a bad process of elimination
Iya
from Team
lagi.
Secret.
They are even drawing out bits of utility spent by Forsaken.
And the no command. Now Killjoy's
Ya,
on the
aduh,
other
anjir.
side, so the Nano Swarm still will
Trying
be
to find
activated.
There goes the nano swarms, like you mentioned, Will.
Yeah, the counter no command as well.
Chipping away at the clock. I don't know
Waduh,
if it's enough.
waduh.
Right, you know
Nyaris.
about one in screens. Team Secret trying to create a crossfire.
Now safe enough for the plant. Jing on the other side, trying to catch the players, but Indy and Jeremy swing out the right
Wah,
side.
nggak
Aduh.
di-thread si Jingnya.
Iya.
Closer towards screens, they have managed to plant down their flag, their foot.
Kalah dah nih.
It's all down to the Vian something.
Yeah, but you can't possibly clear this lockdown, so you're gonna have to wait.
Oh. You don't even have to set up for this. It's an off. Gets the shoulder. Do they expect the second player? Yes, they do.
And the lockdown's gonna push him out.
All right, now you've got a little bit more space, but 2 more targets to hit, and you know they've got some of these shock dart lineups and everything. Jesse Vash, NDG tossing everything from the kitchen
Oh,
into
time.
Ya
them.
kalah dah.
Time
The
is ticking
Vine
away.
goes in for the shot. Without time, without the pressure,
Gila.
it's gonna be Team
Tadi Genji
Secret
sama
stealing
RRQ
away
mana-mana.
the show in the first map.
Absolutely
Genji.
impressive
Tadi mah
preparation here from Team
RRQ
Secret.
lawan
Props
ini.
to, of course,
Kan
Warbirds, but also the rest of the team.
lawan
everyone
siapa dia?
firing Very
Anjing, gua
solidly
lupa.
today. Sure, Jeremy.
B 레이즈 혼자 갔다 간대. 혼자 갔다고 나가.
Tahu tadi GE Global Esport tahun DRX.
문 깨고 천천히 할게.
Firing very solidly today.
GE lawan RRQ nih.
But as you mentioned, it played his role. When he had to lurk, he lurked. And when it was somewhere else, he had to dive in. He's able to provide that crossfire. He got it back in Forsaken as someone who's always been in the spotlight. Getting outshined by Envy a little bit on this first map.
Yeah, those kills, I mean, they are incredible. How are you feeling, Mika and Asarat?
Well, casters, I am trying to.
I totally forgot about you.
Hello, by the way, Paperthen. It's nice to have you here.
you.
I am so desperately trying to. I was trying to forget the mere heart attack that I was having in that series, right? But there are apparently very few ways to out W gaming. But this one is-
Anjir.
But I mean, it helps that Envy's popping off like crazy. That Guardian 4K was so crisp and so clean. I mean, he was feeling it all map long. I'm really impressed just overall with
Tebakan gue sih
the
2-1
way
sih
that
PRX.
Team
Cuma
Secret kinda read the
mana
map,
ya?
especially on their defender side.
Icebox
Once Jesse had
ngalahin
that info,
Genji
he was
anjir.
doing a really good job of highlighting
Tiba-tiba.
what Jesse was able to know and not know, and how he was able to maneuver his forces around that. And that's one of the win conditions we talked about. And that's why Team Secret is so good on this map.
Yeah, not only that, we were talking about Envy, but at the start of the game, it was actually Jesse Bash that was hitting a lot of these crucial frags. He'd get like 2Ks, 3Ks in the first like 5 rounds to really set a tone here, a pace here for Team Secret.
Yeah, it was very, very good. We saw that teamwork. We were calling it out right during the pre-show that Team Secret, they really do have to come together if they're going to, put a stopper to W Gaming, right? And we saw that on the first half of the map. We actually saw Team Secret trying to out W, right? They were really being aggressive with their defense. And we even saw how, like, you kind of felt like both teams were like, you know what? Let's just charge in, which was really, really fun, and why Icebox was so fun to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, I like that they're actually willing to show those looks to PaperX, because then PaperX has to respect it, and it's going to be in their heads, and they're not maybe going to be as willing to get aggressive onto you later. I mean, it is PaperX after all, so they still do it. Even on the defender side, we saw how ready Team Secret was for like the elevator plays, the aggressive pushes. Yeah, something had the one collat with the operator that caught him off guard, but other than that, they were pretty well prepared for a lot of what they were doing, and the adjustments were really, really good from Team Secret all map long. Something taking that mid control really early in the map got shut down. Eventually, it took a few rounds, but it got there, and things like that Team Secret was able to do really, really helped them here as well, on top of some great shots like you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm looking at one of the highlights here where Team Secret also managed to sneak Envy into their own part of the spawn. So there are some, I guess, bits of lapse of judgment here, or maybe over push that we saw from PaperX that kind of opens up the map for Team Secret to kind of work their way in.
Yeah, and when it comes to like plays like that, those really unconventional kind of, you know what, this just might work, and then it suddenly does. I mean, Team Secret, I feel like, is one of those teams that are afraid to do that and to challenge, what might be.
Mereka lama panasnya anjir.
But I
Kacau
feel
banget.
like, PaperX, definitely it was still a team. Like, I mean, as a Team Secret fan, as a PaperX fan as well, like, I was still on the edge of my seat, and I didn't know how this map was going to go down at any one point in this in every single round, right? Even the clashes that happened, everything was just so close.
No, you can never count PaperX out. I mean, that's so many teams have learned that the hard way. You think you're comfortable against them, and then you think you've got a lead, and you're fine, you're coasting to a victory, and then all of a sudden they turn on the jets and they're running you over round after round. So, credit to Team Secret there. Just really good post plants as well. And that was a huge part of this win, was that once they got to that attacker side, like the defender side, by the way, was their best side of the game against Gen G when they played this earlier. So the fact that they're able to get to those post plants, get deep, get those setups, make them basically unbreakable for PaperX.
Apa gitu?
Is just incredible.
Ini apa?
Yeah, I feel like right now,
Apaan?
Team Secret, obviously, they're running on a high.
Ini.
There is now a very big
Team
question
Secret.
mark as we head into map 2, which will be Sunset.
Mapnya Sunset.
Right? PaperX here, they do have a lot of really cheeky strats on this map.
Lah, gak jelas,
Team
Karel.
Secret, well, it just feels like, they might not be able to anticipate maybe what PaperX have planned for this. I mean, like, a lot of teams did not when they went up against PaperX on Sunset.
Yeah, I mean, they were the ones to come out here with the Gecko right during the AVL on Sunset when we first got to see it, and kind of set some of the stage for what we might be seeing on this map in terms of innovation. So yeah, I mean, you expect maybe that it's going to be something on the Gecko, Jing on the Rays, and then kind of fill in how you want behind that. Maybe we get to see the Forsaken Cypher or something. But it's PaperX, so anything's possible, truly. Like, they will throw stuff at you that you didn't even think was in the realm of possibilities of able to make it work.
Yeah, true. And now that we're going to be seeing Envy back on Breach, may is that going to like weaken his ability to, you know, kind of frag with the team since Breach is a little bit slower compared to the KO, especially if, you know, there's going to be that Forsaken on the Cypher. There's going to be a lot of things where he might have to, you know, refrag for Jeremy if he gets picked off by Forsaken here. So there's so many things that I think will change right now in terms of dynamics for Team Secret.
Because both teams are very aim heavy, it's going to boil down to also which are the right utilities to use at any one time, right? Which brings us to our question for our guess and gain game. So which team is going to be the first to pop the first to pop the ultimate in map number 2? That is quite tricky because it's like it's very circumstantial.
Yeah.
You're not sure yet what they will pick, which leads you to kind of decide. But it looks like okay. All right, we'll show our answers over here. Will it be?
I'm picking for real this time. I
For
lost.
real? Okay.
Yeah, I lost on my fake pick, so
This
I'll
is-
go back to.
This is a
really
very hard guess because of an agent pick. Specific
Exactly.
to one of the teams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I don't even know. I'm just gonna okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Okay. No, this is a healthy mix.
Okay.
Ah, we did not connect.
Okay. Mine.
betrayed.
Yeah.
No, I did predict the Team Secret. This is just for my rank. This is just for my rank. All right. I will do it whatever it takes to rank up.
I don't
All right.
deny that.
Okay. Something, Gecko, 6 ultimates. Be killed. He still charges that up. He's gonna have the thrash faster than anything else. If I think about Envy, who has a breach, what's that? 8 charges on the Rolling Thunder. That's gonna take a while. So that's where my thought process is, at least with this.
I'm right with him. I mean, the way PaperX likes to play on maps, if they can get any semblance of control, is to start stealing orbs and control the orbs early to funnel those ults. So if they can get there, definitely it feels like they're going to be in the driver's seat for that ult cycle.
Sure. I feel like actually that, you know, PaperX will get their ults first. Will they pop them first? I don't think so. So that's the question. It's such a tricky question. I mean, these questions are so good because you're really messing with our brains right now.
Yeah.
So will they be the first to actually use one?
But if they bring Phoenix, it's like guaranteed they get the first ult.
Yeah.
I mean, if Team
It's
Secret bring
part
the
of the
Phoenix.
W,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You spell Phoenix with a W.
That's true,
in
yeah.
PaperX, right? I made you think there.
My brain hurts.
Yeah, I was saying maybe if Team Secret also brings out the Phoenix, could be a new comp. I don't know.
Who knows,
Yeah.
right? Well, we're gonna find out
They've done
as
it
we
in the
step
past.
into Sunset. I do want to bring up something as well. You know, not that something on PaperX. We always have that fun, but you know, momentum-wise, right? You don't feel like PaperX lost any in Icebox. They still had very, very good energy here. Team Secret, again, this is the test, right? It's either gonna be like steamrolling all the way, or suddenly you find Team Secret, you know, holding back a bit.
Well, I think this is now the real test for Team Secret. If they can keep it close here on Sunset, I mean, if they win, that's awesome, but that's not the expected result. If they can keep it close, though. If they can make it a fair match, make it like a 13-10, 13-11, then you're going to feel really confident as Team Secret going into that final map that, hey, maybe they can get this done.
Yeah, these choke positions on Sunset, I feel like is where, you know, PaperX play their best at. And that's where it's going to be really, again, you know, tricky for Team Secret to figure out a way how to just beat this out.
Sure, we saw those same positions proving to be a challenge for Team Secret on Icebox as well, right? There are a lot of those on Sunset too. As we step into our Agent Select, let's find out what our players have in store for us right now. This could be map number 2. This could be our final map of the day. It's going to be very exciting indeed, but this APAC El Clasico does not disappoint. Right now, we're seeing our stage, and we are about to head into Sunset. Clinton, any thoughts?
I mean, I just don't know what to expect out of PaperX. Oh, okay, so it's nothing too crazy. That's actually, you know, basically what they normally do here. It's just an Omen sliding in there, so no Sentinel for PaperX. That's going to be the bigger difference here, is that they're going to be seeding some of that map control, hoping for that, you know, comms coordination, utility combination, those kind of things.
I do love this double controller on, you know, Mind Freak and Divine, just because the two of them are just masters at it, right? We don't see the stage. I do know that PaperX did run the stage at some point, right? But we do have Jing back, so of course he is going to run the Raze. So it's going to be that Raze versus Raze, Jeremy versus Jing, right? That's a tall order indeed for Jeremy.
Yeah, 100%, but at least we still have Bash on his Sova, so the support for Jeremy to get into that site is going to be a lot better than what we've seen in the previous series that, you know, Secret has played. So definitely something to be here for Jeremy.
For sure. Well, we're going to see if Team Secret can take down the big bad Rex of Pacific. Let's toss it on back to Quack and to William.
Thank you very much, Mika and Asarai and whoever that third guy is. I kind of forgot. No, I'm kidding. Of course, it's Paper
Wow.
Thin. Of course, it's Paper Thin. I'm just messing around.
That is some crazy shade.
But right now, I mean, it's definitely, you know, Jing back in on that raise. But I'm definitely worried about, of course, Jeremy, but also Envy. I mean, Team Secret is fired up. The fire is here up against PRX, and that fault line, the aftershock, the rolling thunder that Envy can't throw out just to control A main, it's very deadly.
Yeah, but I do love also what Asteroid brought up on the desk, right? That does mean that Envy has to hang back a little bit further as we do see that fault line. Oh, it's a good combo with the paint shells as well. Completely ties up PRX in mid.
Oh gosh, and it's a bit of a tiles play as well. Forsaken, unfortunately, unwittingly walked right into that line of sight. So a bit of room for Team Secret. Meanwhile, PRX reading the game wrongly all the way over onto B. Maybe they could be able, they could pull off a bit of a flank, but they're going to have to concede the A side.
Yeah, we'll see if something's able to hold on to A short for the time being. That's going to be crucial. What I do love is Team Secret. They're going to clear out backside as well. So now, holding on to alley, holding on to elbow. You've got that trap wire set up to cover your flanks. You've got short smoked up. This is an excellent post-plant situation here. You're going to flash out. Team Secret has so much control over this post-plant.
Just the positioning of it as well.
Paranoia still online for Borka.
Out of the smokes. It's this shot from Jeremy. Something able to swing right back against them. That's how you can deal with the positioning. Jesse Vash, though, still tucked away inside of elbow. It's going to be the wingman that goes through. Now they are aware of his positioning, but it's that crossfire setup. A little bit tough to work with. Jing has the boom bot, but he just walks out instead. Mindfreak able to play for his contact, now running low on ammo.
Gilo.
A shot, but is it enough time for the
Gak ada waktu, dar.
No. Team Secret walks away with the win on the pistol.
Yeah, seems like PRX perhaps didn't quite catch where that audio was coming from when they took out the wingman. Jing not checking for elbow at all as he's going in for the peak around that crossfire, or maybe he just thought he would have the wide swing and his teammate would be, Mindfreak would be able to go for the trade. Either way, it's a good read from Team Secret, knowing that there's going to be some aggressive push, especially down mid. That's usually the area that the attackers are favored, and they have that counter read against PRX's mindset. It's a good pinch.
On to the next round. I mean, you gotta watch out for some of these early plays.
5 Spectres. Haven't seen that in a while.
Bit of half armor on Jesse Bash as well. Nonetheless, though, there's that mid control for Team Secret. They're able to repeatedly find these opening picks against PRX.
I mean, the 5 Spectres and then the push into mid. Knowing that you have the angle advantages on the attacker's side, you're going to put in that immense pressure, trying to scout out if there's a reaction. Keep them tied up at top mid, and that gives you a free side on to B. You still have flank control with NDG setups on the Cypher.
All right. Very confidently able to stroll through. NDG able to watch the back lines. PRX trying to duel out for market control now, but it's not meant to be. Again, the Spectres just gives them, you know, actually a little bit more mobility.
Jing. Yeah, 1 pick off, but 3 more to go.
Picks up the Spectre, now goes back in. You know, he's just trying to get as many kills as possible, work towards that showstopper, but look at that. That's the fault line that I'm talking about. He might be hanging back, but it just sets up Jeremy perfectly.
Yeah, Jeremy now only 2 points away from that showstopper. The analyst desk, perhaps just hoping, or parts of the analyst desk, that something will be able to get some more orbs. But right now, I mean, this could be a showstopper. Just execute in the bonus. You're able to get an orb, you know, maybe an early kill, or just rotate around the map, and that's something that PRX will have to watch out for. You don't want to give away these orbs too easy, but at the same time, you don't want to go out for contact, knowing that you have the better weapon.
That just allows for Team Secret to do a little bit more as they continue to push up very quickly into the A site.
Man.
PRX, they've been spotted.
Yeah, the fact that you get the tag through the smoke onto something, but then you spot Forsaken as well, that's the site for free. I mean, there's no way that PRX is defending this one. The real question is how does the post plant look with the weaker weaponry on Team Secret? They're waiting still, the spike not quite entering yet. The smokes have to get refreshed, so the plant can go through. And during all of this, NDG clears out B site, and since they never committed the spike, Team Secret has a chance to rotate. PaperX does start to get a read.
Starting to move back. The timing of it, though, Jeremy still left alone on elbow.
But those kills, right? Jeremy being on elbow.
Question marks.
Yeah, that ties up PaperX. Now they just have to hold in mid and be ready for a rotate.
And NDG has the timing to potentially catch them as they rotate through.
Oh, the angle.
Not able to take the heads up duel. The angle favors NDG. Just like you mentioned, Will. Spike going down now. But it's up to Devi and Jing. They're a little bit too far apart. Jing might have just heard Envy, but look at that movement. So quick, so sharp. See Vash just to get the trade off of his teammate. Team Secret picks up the bonus win.
I expected better of them.
Huge bonus win. I mean, with Spectres, let's just remember that. It's not like they doubled down and bought Vandals and Bulldogs in that second round. It was 5 Spectres. They carry over 4, I believe, and a Sheriff. They go into this round. It's a fast push into elbow. You set up the paranoia on short. Sure, they get a little bit more info than they bargained with the drone. But after that, they don't actually commit the spike. They're still clearing everything. They're seeing it. Is there a flood retake coming up? Is there a reaction? There isn't. And NDG, the lurk timing's perfect.
It's just so good. Again, it's a bigger map than Icebox. But Team Secret are doing wonders with the way that they are, you know, fighting for control, slowly extending their control into the sites, leaving players on lurks, and it just makes it so unsettling for PaperX. They feel uncomfortable right now.
Right there.
Something spots one, and they heard the gun sound all the way down mid as well. So PaperX knows that there's a lot of presence. They're gonna try to push out on this,
but not quite watching out for little boxes around mid. It's gonna be Jeremy still able to work as a turret to take down Forsaken.
Team Secret just has this really good tempo control today, where they will act as if they're ready to meet PaperX for a just all-out duel.
And then they hold.
Yeah, then they hold, right? And that makes PaperX antsy. Especially when Team Secret is on the attacking side. They actually end up holding a bit more information off of that initial movement.
30 seconds left.
Oh, they even check for this.
Wow, nobody.
Just so restless. PaperX itching to, you know, pick a fight, but they can't. Now NDG watches the angle. Look at that. It's all down to Mindfreak with the stinger.
Yeah, NDG's feeling comfy as well. And Mindfreak, sure. I mean, you guys saved up just enough for the next round. Maybe has to go for a judge or something like that. But at the end of the day, it's 4 clean rounds for Team Secret. You got 3 ults online, including from the shadows. See if that comes into play. Ults on both sides. So, you know, our chat, our viewers, and our analyst test. Now you're at even ground. We'll see who wins.
Waiting for that first one.
Enemy remains left.
This definitely could and would be the round.
You gotta imagine. So originally I would imagine that Team Secret might go PRX. But at the end of the day, Team Secret, you can never count these guys out.
I see what Alex says. Because so far, Team Secret has pushed down mid just to hold around this spot, right?
question is, does he call for the rotate? They're still not entering. Oh, Jesse Vash gets the ping all the way into back corner. And they even check for something on the rotate as well. And NDG's already cleared out a site. I mean, the Lurks,
ultimate. Now they're from the shadows.
the Lurks are just incredible from Team Secret on this map so far.
Incredibly slippery with it. PRX now struggling with the shots a little too. Losing confidence. They know they have to retake, but the paranoia. Watching out for Jesse Vash as well. I mean, could he have gone back through mid, or is he actually pushed up into its spawn? Mindfreak Divine, they need to watch for this.
Now that you get that kill, you go for it since it's a 2v2, but already time is not on your side. Forsaken's only got 6 HP.
Oh, that fault line. So annoying. Now Borkum with the off angle. The shrouded step does not work.
You have to save at this point.
Oh.
Yeah, doesn't really have much of a way out. 6 HP, I mean, sure, I guess he could have gone up too short, but what a devastating round after a timeout. And I mean, I like the call to stop pushing out mid, right? You're already leaving A empty for a retake anyway. Team Secret is abusing that, going in for free after getting some picks in mid. So stop doing it, just play for the retake. But this time, they get bitten by that fake info on B. And Team Secret, once again, a step ahead on what's the reaction going to be. Is it a fill onto the B site? Let's Hunter's Fury it.
I mean, multiple steps ahead. You know, they always have some kind of secondary plan that they're cooking. First, it might be, you know, a potential push in towards B main, or just to create a bit of fake pressure.
My eyes are down.
And then NDG on these lurks. PRX are, unfortunately, kind of biting into all these little baits.
Well, now they've decided just to hold on to A, right? At the end of the day, it's always been the A side plant for Team Secret. So I don't mind this adjustment. I mean, in the middle of it, inside the server, you're going for an aggressive check onto B main anyway, with Mindfreak peeking out. He still has a toxic screen to cover both the entrance into market as well.
Yes. Oh, but here
Reaction!
comes the showstopper! Alright, Jing gets the better of Jeremy, but himself as well. PRX falling back.
know exactly where you are.
Your theft will be spent.
Oh, now you know.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, but Team Secret's using this against PRX. They're trying to make them think, all right, you guys think we might go B? Yeah, then you leave the lurk.
It's the Thrash spent too! That's a free B site. If Borkum can catch the timing onto players like Mindfreak, this would be deadly. Oh, with Divine.
I mean, they have no idea.
No!
The thing is you've been getting caught by these lurks every time, and yet they think because we got NDG, that the lurk isn't going to be there just yet.
Timing's all off. PRX very uncomfortable, not quite able to read it. And the time instead has come for Team Secret. Borkum, he's looking for it. Unfortunately gets swung upon by something. Jesse Vash hangs back, uses the recon. Envy sneaking up from around market. But that defuse is going underway. Aftershock just to buy him a little bit of time as he tries to wrap back around from the back. Movements have been heard. 2-on-1. Can Envy make it happen? Swings out, but something continues to strafe. And that's going to be the 4th kill for the guy in the round to put PRX up on top with 1 win.
A very close round. I mean, Team Secret, in terms of the overall movement around the map, right? In terms of the intel, they were still 1 step ahead. But at the end of it, PRX are able to stabilize. I mean, Jin, what more can you do here? You're just holding them off. It's a trade for trade on the ultimate. But what really works out is the instant thrash onto the A site. Go to check, is it a lurk? Do they still push in? How many are coming in? We hear footsteps, and they catch just NDG. That allows PRX to react just fast enough.
Slightly a little bit off, but yeah. Especially with the duels from something towards the end of it. Catching on players like Borkum. Confidently swinging, keeping the movement, making sure that the aim is not too easy for Team Secret, but now it's always these bait setups.
Oh,
the
crossfire
from the back. It's Forsaken.
Wah, mulai membara mereka.
Like you mentioned, Will, PRX with the crossfire.
And now Team Secret, they have enough of a round lead. So that round, if anything, Team Secret should now know that PRX can be setting up for these crossfires, right? It was there the previous round as well. Team Secret didn't run into it early enough. But this time they say, okay, wow, all right, you guys are really stacking A. So if there's an adjustment, then it's not too much value lost, right? You don't have to win 13-0. You don't have to win 13-1. You just got to get to 13 rounds first.
PaperX trying to keep things competitive. Team Secret calling the timeout now just to switch things up. Talking about reaching 13. And PaperX desperately needs it. Because
So, yeah, Team Secret, well, PaperX, obviously, they're down 0-1, but Team Secret, I think now they can start to put a little bit of pressure back onto B main as well, right? It's been a lot of focus onto A, or at the very least, draw out the utility first on A. You know, C is their reaction. Now, I don't think PaperX will react. I think they'll wait until there's the first contact if they stack A again. But with that in mind, off this timeout, we could see them holding mid again for PaperX, going for a bit of a default. All right, so it's not a stack in mid, but it is a bit more of a spread out default for PaperX.
oh, they're marking.
Okay, the ping back onto B. All right, so that's the read, right? All right, off of the timeout, Team Secret might try to put some pressure back onto B.
Okay.
But what is Team Secret famous for? Only having A's in their alphabet soup. So it's going to be an A stack again.
Oh, they go in faster with it this time. Forsaken trying to slow them down with Fragment. What I'm watching out for is that B squad from PaperX. Can they go in for a flank? NDG's going to take his time with things. Team Secret trying to tamper with the pace up around elbow. Not a full commit. Not fully rushing in just yet. Waiting out the ultimates from Forsaken.
So Forsaken and Jing just have to stay alive. They just have to protect the space, right? You got to imagine that the Rolling Thunder's online. You got to be ready for an exit off of it.
There it is. Initial shot does not connect, so he backs up. Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
Tagged
Jing
up
was,
by the paint shells.
yeah, Jing was able to jump out just in time, though.
There's that flank. Something coming online now. Jeremy able to catch Jing as he tries to swing out, but it's going to be the trade instead. Mosh Pit just to try to stop or slow that spike plant, but it goes through anyway. Flushes Jesse Bash out of the corner. He burns alive for the now. Okay, Poison Cloud in. Mind Freak trying to give himself a little bit more room to work with. But considering the fact that Team Secret might make use of it as well, he puts it off. The swing out.
Whoa! Yeah, love
He is the fireman when he feels that heat. Winning out an unwinnable situation. They peeked out at the same time against him, but with a sharper aim.
I mean, that was a good double P for Team Secret. But Mind Freak's just calm with it, and Secret cannot land the first shots.
Starting to heat up.
Impressive, yeah. I mean, just a slight movement to the right as well before he resets. Keeps him just alive enough, I think, to lead to the body shots.
Mind Freak's the Iceman. He's just always so steady in these moments.
See if that's enough magic for PaperX. As now with that, Mind Freak just going to shut off B. So again, PaperX thinking, okay, if it wasn't that previous round, surely now they try to focus on that B side again. But look at this. Now, with the reaction from B main, PaperX clears out A main. So PaperX now understanding kind of the tempo control that Team Secret's going for, that usually it's a stack on one side at the beginning of the round. The timeouts have come in handy for them.
Paint shells tossed. Trying to control the mid area now.
So with mid, sure, you contest a little bit with angles, but you've given it up. You know that the attackers have the better angles. All you have to do is make sure you're not giving away top mid. It's too late to try to shut off this door over by market, but something will just hold on to it. Overall, the default position, yeah, you're a little spread out, but it's not the end of the world, because A site, as long as Divide can get out, you can go for a retake.
Ooh. They caught something instead, though.
The peek outs. I mean, PaperX still struggling to hold on to the defaults for a little bit too long.
It's just, it makes them feel restless, and now it's no longer a question of whether or not Divide can rotate out. He has to actually stay alive long enough on the site. Oh, he waits out the timing, catches the spike carrier, and now Forsaken strikes it.
And then the paranoia as well. NDG has no idea. I mean, using Forsaken as a bait, he just stomps through, gets caught by the trap wire as well, but that's the timing Divide needed to peek out for one last straggler. Happens to be the spike, and that's the round for PaperX.
A little bit more patient than some of his teammates. Divide.
Spike down A.
If he did not catch that kill, this would have been a very different story. But he did.
Gitu.
Okay, PRX coming back alive. A lot more proactiveness, but not overeating too much. I mean, the peaks around mid. Again, a little bit of antsiness, but it's still a good hold. Overall, still a very good default setup. Now it's a fast push. Using that fault line.
Something that PRX might not have quite expected. Mindfreak tries to spray it down. Something comes back in, but NDG trades out. The numbers favor Team Secret. From the Shadows invested as well, just for information, but now they have to regroup, go in for this retake. Trying to work together throughout market.
Yeah, there's this trap wire though. So Jesse's going to be ready for one.
At the very least one. Oh, good bit of a flash. Just in a little space.
They haven't cleared it.
Jesse Vash not clear.
Wow.
The paint shells might have done a little bit, but Jesse Vash does all the rest.
Yeah, huge set
Yeah.
up there. Not going for the spam since they were a bit lower on health as well. They knew that they had all the time with the trap wires to set up. Angle clearance was good, and this, I mean, trying to clear out, you know, the other util coming in, but the fault line keeps PRX absolutely stun locked.
That's how Team Secret might just be able to keep their lead in this game. Ultimate's now looking healthy for both sides. But still, it's Jeremy dictating the pace now with his showstopper. PRX wanting to fight back. Mindfreak able to take him down, but losing his life as well.
Hampir
7
mati.
steps away in time.
Oh, I mean, if you got caught there, I would have almost written the round off. But staying alive means a lot because now you know that PRX had time to reset their positions. So Team Secret has to watch out. They saw the early push from Jing trying to fly in. They held off the showstopper with their own flashpoint. But now they have to re-clear everything bit by bit. It is still at the 1 minute mark, so it's not too bad. They actually spot 2. But PRX, seemingly intentional, right? You give sight of 2, but then you split. It's a 2-2 split on the map, and then you plant Devi, who was not the one spotted, already deep down mid.
But that said, that still means Team Secret knows they do have those numbers. Looking to barrel through. Looking to watch their flanks as well. NDG goes in to investigate for just a second. Make sure it's clear. He's always watching their 6.
It sets up his second trap wire as well, so that should give them a little bit of comfort. No shrouded step.
Oh, he can't go through it.
Yeah, Devi's just going to have to break it if he so wishes. And with this, I mean, PRX, they're stacking on to B, seeming as if maybe this was a fake from NDG. He's always been on the lurk, but they've got the wrong read, and Team Secret will have a free A site.
Now they rotate on over. Devi still somewhat undetected. He's going to have to break that trip sooner or later.
But they're so concerned about potential lurks, right? Look at Devi. He still thinks there might be more somewhere else on the map.
Oh, they're in their heads, Will. We've got the Thrash, but I don't know if that's going to do enough. The flash is through now. Paint shells just to give them a bit of breathing room. Forsaken able to take out the first. Jesse Bash caught with a utility. The able to swing around. Oh my goodness, Team Secret.
Good hold, and NDG snapping around as soon as his trap breaks down. He still knows that he has time to try to provide support down A short, and then he turns around and takes out Devi as well. Really good hold, but I mean, PRX just completely bamboozled on that round. I mean, I think they were overthinking on all fronts. Right, one is that they thought they maybe gave the fake out by getting both shown, going over to A on that drone. And then they're concerned about the lurks. They think they might have a step above. They see that it's the trap wire. They think, you know, NDG's always been on the lurk alone. But every part of that was all wrong reads.
Oh. Okay, good little swing out from something.
Nice.
Secret still having the patience for it. Now they want to hold and fight for this firefight. NDG able to toss out the neural theft. BORKM trying to get positioning in towards elbow. Devi with the jump peek. Will be able to get the information now. Hangs back. NDG thinking about other options while BORKM holds.
Yeah, I mean, you got the neural theft ping, so you know that it's a 2-1 split for PRX. NDG is going to go for the 1v1, leave BORKM, but with BORKM losing that, the round seems all but over.
Mindfreak with the right reads, too. Guardian shot will tag him up.
Yeah, I mean, Mindfreak can just hold. He's got snake bites. Yep, just push him out. Now you know which side of the site he needs to be on.
Cybercage does keep things interesting, though. He might have sneaked through. Maybe
Oh, the
into his
NDG goes
teammate.
all the way around. Forsaken's ready for it. No, the timing.
Wah,
Just for a
hampir cok.
second. It was the single kill for NDG. He tries to snap on to the next, but recoil did not quite reset just yet. PaperX reacting just in time. We end this first half slightly even, 5-7.
I mean, PaperX, you know, they wake up in time, just try to string together 4, and of course, then wrapping up with that last round of the half. But overall, you have to imagine that a lot of mental damage was done, right? I mean, we saw what the mental conditioning looked like from Team Secret. So PaperX kind of running laps around on their own.
Jago jir.
Lots of fans of PaperX out here from all over, it seems.
Waduh.
Great to see. But they will have to answer back. They want to give something out to the fans, because if they lose here, it's a 2-0. Team Secret, they'll take the victory.
Remember, just a few rounds ago, it almost looked as though PaperX completely lost the plot. You know, checking the wrong sites and everything. Needing the pistol round to kick off the second half confidently now. But you gotta watch out for Team Secret's defenses. I mean, Team Secret, we talked about this before, they always perform a lot better when they have the prep work. Victoria in the crowd.
Oh, I totally missed it. I was like trying to look at some of the signs and whatnot.
But yeah, it's, you know, Team Secret, they have studied PaperX's tape. You know, they were actually waiting out Something's Dizzy in the first half. Now as we go on into the next, I'm always looking out for Envy and what he can do with his utility around this spot.
Yeah, I mean, most of it usually is going to be A main. That's the default setup for Breach. However, you know, now and then Team Secret will try to go for that aggressive push out of B main. So when does that tempo happen? PaperX, surely they're expecting the early trap setups on A.
Couple of pings.
It's just going to be a mid attack for now from PaperX. Not an instant pinch just yet. The Dizzy to scout. Make sure they can take absolute control of it.
Back in to pick it up. Might be able to walk in towards A for now.
Right, they'll check close around the one-way, so they
Always.
cleared that. And this helps already put some mental pressure down on this default toxic screen. So they can let Team Secret know that you can't just rely on that one-way. Right, the Viper setups will have meaning. You're already putting pressure in. Look at that. The immediate reaction comes out on the minimap from Team Secret. Draws out the weight towards A, and then they restrike. Because they broke the door earlier from Market, they know they should have an opening towards the B side from mid.
Yeah, gotta watch out for it. Jeremy spots
biarin
the
aja.
foot, calls it out to Jesse Vash. The recon might be able to give him a little bit of it. They shoot it just in time, but Jeremy makes a move as well.
And that's
Pink
the
Shells
spike.
catches him. PaperX needing to come back in to retrieve it now. And Team Secret has it marked.
I mean, they're
Look
absolutely
at Jesse
trapped.
Vash's angle. Exactly. All stuck in together into this little can. They have to push out now with the classics. Forsaken crouching just to
30
keep
seconds left.
his head offline. But needing to go in through. Okay, nice little heads up duel against Envy. Still enough time. But I mean, the positioning for Team Secret, that's what they gotta
Look at this
really
from
work
Borkum,
against.
though,
You
right?
have no idea that Jesse Vash is there. Borkum trying to sneak out back around. Jesse Vash dealt with for the time being. Mind Freak swaps over to the next pistol. Able to get the next kill.
Ah, dia kabur.
7
So
seconds.
smart.
Borkum just knows, alright, I'm just gonna watch it. You can't get the spike planted. All I gotta do is to stay alive.
I mean, he started
Wow.
exiting right at about 18 seconds. He knew that they still had taken it. He didn't even get the last kill. But he says, you know what, you two, you can stay here, defend the spike, instead of committing. Which, by the way, I mean, this type of restraint, we haven't commonly seen it in the past from Team Secret. They will also get a little overconfident at times. But today, Borkum says, I'm here to win. Backs away just in time. You know, a couple clean shots from both sides, but overall, it's keeping eye on the prize from Borkum. Even gets the last kill as well.
Both pistols on this map on over to Team Secret. So they're back on their Spectres, 1 Bulldog for NDG.
Like the Spectre buys even on the defense, right? You know that Jing can be an absolute menace if he's able to set up his flight paths.
Take flight.
Crucial drone. You know that you've left mid open and you force them back. Now you draw everyone behind. You know you have the better firepower. So you're ready just to make sure that you don't get flanked. Just trying to do whatever damage you can before the retake.
And watching the angles as well. I mean, getting all the right crucial bits of information.
Wah,
to do is
tiga
just to
rata,
finish off the
anjing.
job. PRX trying to keep up the pace, but with just pistols, they are not able to duel back. A flawless round for Team Secret.
I mean, the fault line back up as well as soon as the spike starts to get delivered onto the site. The Cypher setup never quite being cleared. All in all, an excellent anti-eco carrying over all of these, and that means they can set up for some trap plays again with the Spectres.
PRX has to watch out for it. 4 rounds behind now, Will. This is...
And I just want to point out, I mean, he was a bit quiet the first map as well, but I don't know if I've ever seen Jing just look this heavy on the scoreboard. I mean, if anything, some of the criticism that Jing used to have is that he would overeat a bit too much even if he was right? He'd be a bit too far ahead of his teammates. Whatever it is, it's not clicking yet.
Oh, no.
And again, losing a duel to that Spectre. Bit of a miss on the util chaining as well, but that's your diver down. That's your raise down.
Jeremy says, yeah, I'll take that. PRX now. I mean, that game plan does not work out. Trying to hang back, trying to look for the duel. But it's that same one-way. Team Secret. I mean, could this be another upset today?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You don't want to make the Filipino fans too angry yet, all right? You don't want to cast a curse them just yet, Quack. It's not over till it's over, but it is looking very strong. That is for sure.
PRX, they need to do something. They need to turn this around somehow, because if not, and I know we're joking about the Filipino fans, but still, it is actually looking very possible, very likely, given how much Team Secret is in control of things.
Oh, I mean, it'd be a huge win,
30
right?
seconds
Not
left.
just because of the team rivalry and things like that, but overall also on the scoreboard, right? The leaderboard right now, Team Secret
Alpha
desperately
stage,
needing
yes.
one, yeah, to try to get it into the playoffs. Jeremy doesn't want to greet it. Knows that they can still fight this 4v4. You know that everyone's tagged up on the side of PRX.
Yeah, he's just trying to fish and get whatever he could.
He's got a fault line online. What's the angle for it?
Waiting to set it up. Now the push will go through. They've managed to catch a single player. A bit of a wallbang on towards Divine as well. Look at Forsaken from behind, but he's so low. An instant turnaround, and he could be dead. Mindfreak has to hold it down. They're trying to swing back and forth against each other, but
Nice,
Mindfreak
gitu dong,
doesn't care.
anjir.
Strafes all the way to the right, has the perfect angle on towards Team Secret, keeps the dream alive.
Just cold. Mindfreak
Iya,
continuing
anjir.
with another
Sunset
great round
gak
to
dapet
wrap
anjir
up
ininya.
and try to bring
Tadi
PRX
juga
back into
di
the fold. You still got 3 rounds to go, and yeah, you
Icebox.
took a lot of economic damage on that buy round, but you'll take a win wherever you can get it. It's a good flank from Forsaken. You know, understanding that if you fight fair and square, you're just down in numbers, or down in health rather. Obviously, things like the fault line could come back online. So going for a bit of a curveball. Now, bunch of half
Anjir,
armor
Jeremy.
again on the side of
Gendong,
PRX.
anjir.
Meanwhile, showstopper for Jeremy. So again, A main, this time, I mean, with the breach, instead of going full retake on A, they can hold on to that with a trap play early, and then the showstopper can be used elsewhere for that retake.
That's why every single round feels so tiresome. PRX needing to work costs an arm and a leg just to get the spike down, and even after that, you gotta watch out for the showstopper. We haven't quite explored B all too much. There are all of these trap setups. NDG with a spy cam.
Yeah, nasty spy cam as well, right? Covers all the way into mid. Still got that one way with the cyber cage.
Oh no!
Oh, what?
You know, they're really scratching their heads. Mindfreak trying to mark the angles, watch for the potential push out. But Borkin just catches him with a sudden movement, sudden peek.
I mean, they've
Wah,
never
ada
quite
mati.
cleared these.
Forsaken's trying to flank again. I don't know if he's going to be enough to catch him. It's not quite there. Envy finds him instead. Jeremy with a
Wah,
showstopper.
gila,
Something
kacau.
only able to get the one, but not before Jesse Vash ends out the round. It's 6-10. Team Secret has reached double digits.
Surely it's another timeout from PRX. I mean, they are looking a bit lost right now. I mean, Mindfreak, sure, he was trying to just create a bit more space, right? Because, and I think the concern from PRX was we've never quite cleared the Cypher setups, right? So we want to get a bit
nggak
more
bisa main
control of
sendiri-sendiri,
elbow,
ini
you
harus
know, somewhere
berdua-dua,
on A
anjir.
site, so that when we try to go in, if someone gets caught on that trap wire, let's just rotate, right? Let's just break it and rotate. But Mind Freak, too many angles to cover as he's trying to sneak in on a timing. And it's just a good read from Borkum.
Truly being tested in this matchup. Team Secret, they're doing everything right. Not only did Borkum get that kill onto Mind Freak, Envy was aware to watch out for the flank. And Jesse Vash, along with everyone else, especially NDG, on the site of B, able to stand their ground.
Force him to have to stack it even harder if you're going to go for aim, and then plant someone mid to cut off the rotation so the retake isn't so easy. But right now, I mean, it's just been stable, and then off the timeout, they even have the luxury to trap fire top mid, and they are just going to stack on here with a fault line.
And that single fault line pushes PRX back. Takes a little bit of time away that Dizzy spent. They're just trying to extend their control of the map, and they can't even do that one way now coming up.
Yeah,
if they walk in the elbow, that's a double peek.
Yep, and something's low as well off the paint shells, it seems, early on from Jeremy with the fault line. They're putting up a smoke in top mid, but it has no value. That trap wire is still alive. Team Secret knows that that's just fake pressure.
Uh-oh. Aftershock pushes him back. Thrash. Oh, denied too. Jing trying to go in with a movement, but Borkum shuts him down. Forsaken able to trade up, but with a stinger, now he's lost way too much health.
Yeah, now fault line's back online as well. Team Secret has held on long enough.
Oh, and they've arrived on the scene. Here comes the cavalry. They have the line of sight.
Oh, the ping!
Oh my goodness, the recon too. Jeremy, Jesse Vash, J&J, they come in.
They're drawing him out.
PRX cannot hold this for too long. Trying to watch the outsides of this Viper's Pit. Down it goes. The Vi goes down too. The flash out, and Jesse Vash is already stuck the defuse. Team Secret up to 11.
Such a good hold from Team Secret. And again, PRX looking a bit lost. I mean, the fake pressure top mid, it had zero value. And I don't know if they'll ever figure that out without watching the VOD. Because how would you expect that the trap wire finally comes out in top mid? It's always been double on B site. You never ran into one in mid. You never ran into one on A site. It's a good adjustment for Secret, and now they're happy to keep that setup.
Saving aja dulu, anjir.
Onto the B site. Doesn't happen often, but it'll happen every now and then. This is going to be that round. You've got the cam. You've got Jeremy ready to pounce on it.
And if it does happen, this would be that round that breaks PRX's camel's back.
Yeah, but it's just such a good read. It's such a reasonable read as well.
There it goes. Here comes Jeremy.
Okay,
they managed to hold their own for now. They don't get hit by the fault line. A bit of a trade. PRX continues to push through. NDG now has to be the one to hold. Jing trying to fly up around the sides of that poison cloud. Spots out the barrel. NDG takes a little bit of time, but he finally gets there. Forsaken able to trade right back out, and it's all down to Borkum.
Just going to fake out that he went to Boba. It's a 50-50 read here from Mind Freak.
Able to spot. Now they're working together.
Doesn't
Just to ensure that Borkum does not have a singular duel.
Time out.
PRX goes 7 to 11.
Okay, so somewhat prepared for that fault line. They were wary of it. That's good because you can dodge it pretty easily. You know, it doesn't always work out. We've seen that in previous matches as well. So overall, PRX still not completely losing their head in this game. They're hanging on. It's not map point just yet, not match point. Now that you've put some of that breach pressure onto B, happy to reset with the Omen breach hold onto the A site. Neither trap wire set up just yet. I wonder, is there one going to be more mid? Oh,
buta. Buta.
Blok nggak ada backup anjing.
Iya, anjir maju
that
sendiri
cover, if that
anjir.
wasn't there.
Now Jeremy holding the corner.
Spike down B.
Takes the numbers away from PRX. NDG with the spike as now it's a little bit too deep. But Forsaken able to watch for Device back. Spike might go down. But look at the heads-up though from Jesse.
Clean triple kill from the IGL, the veteran,
Kacau.
on the side of Team Secret.
Entry nggak ada backup.
And now Rolling Thunder online for Envy. I mean, they could send it, they could hold for a retake. Either way, I think they'd be looking ahead in terms of the mental game here, the mental conditioning against this PRX.
Aduh, main freak apa stop planting anjir.
5 rounds just for overtime. But Team Secret has all the tools in the bag to make it happen. Toxic screen now, and PRX just full sends it into the site. Jing with the showstopper does not find all too much. Jeremy has the upper angle. There's the headshot onto something.
Okay, but they have the good plant.
Muvok goes through. PRX able to hold out on towards Market. Now watching onto the stairs for Envy. Envy tries to make it out, sends out the Rolling Thunder. He wants to take them down.
But this is
they manage to hop away. Borkum catches them from the back. Double headshot through and through. Jing now has to do it all. Inside of Market, they kind of know where he is. He spots out the first. Borkum trying to stick it halfway. He's got the dark cover. And Jing can't find him. Saunters over onto the field. Finds it just in the nick of time. Jing to clutch it out.
Oh my! I thought it was all absolutely
Oh, itu kalau musuhnya
gave up control of B main. They
dari
tried to
pilar
just
tuh,
flood
kelar
Market.
itu.
I mean, the setup with the
pilar,
Rolling Thunder,
anjir.
they don't hear a thing when Borkum's approaching.
Terlalu dekat pilar
But an
anjir.
absolutely
Plantingnya.
needed clutch here from Jing. He's been heavy throughout this entire match. But if they are able to take it to overtime, he will have had impact.
I mean, it comes back to a bit of that mental game. You might be able to find that morale boost off of this round, but still, looking at things strategically, tactically, Team Secret has been ahead every step of the way. 4 rounds without any timeouts. Can PRX do it?
Just gonna hold to see if there's a fast push out again. I mean, with those ultimates online, especially things like the showstopper, PRX always going to be wary of the first couple seconds. This gives Team Secret quite an advantage on the timer. So they're forcing them all the way up to top mid, right? Trapwire on B main. You close off the door. You've already pushed out A main a bit as well. Jesse catches sight. Now Team Secret has the read.
Ya, di absen nih, absen.
That's the second.
Absen lagi. Di Sivas lagi ya, kalah dah.
Jesse Fash!
2-0.
I mean, do they have the doesn't matter.
Ya, kalah.
Jeremy will finish it off
Gila.
from long range.
Gak jelas di absen.
And an absolute 2-0. A clean victory against what seemed like the return of the indomitable Kings of Pacific.
Mas ke playoff. Susah bener nih anjir.
3. Just as it happened last year in the regular season, Team Secret able to take the win away just when you least expect it. I mean, looking at the map picks, you might not have expected this to happen, but
Jadi
it
banyak
does.
kemungkinan orang bisa masuk nih anjir.
Shows, the reads
Talon,
show, the
Jetta.
plays themselves show.
An impressive showing from Secret. I mean, this definitely
Tim Secret.
solidifies a lot of their chances
Di bawah
to go to
janji nih,
playoffs,
skornya
continue
2-2,
this run,
bangsat.
and try to prove that all they needed was
Udah pasti
just a
masuk
bit
dia nih.
more time to get right back into the swing of things. NDG looks a lot more comfortable as well. And meanwhile, PRX with this loss, I believe that should almost solidify TRX as that first seed on Omega. Still on that clean sweep, the only one now.
2-0 anjir.
Meanwhile, for Alpha
Satu aja
Group,
kagak menang.
I mean, this just gives them a big boost of confidence. The Filipino fans incredibly happy. And let's let our analyst desk celebrate for a second.
Oh, I think everybody would be celebrating with that kind of a series because this was a banger series. I mean, yes, it was 2-0, but it didn't really show how close the rounds were, right? How close every single clash was. And you finally have Team Secret with that win. This was an incredible series.
It was really, really entertaining. I mean, PRX definitely looking like they have a few things to work on in these two maps. You know, you think Icebox, sure, that's Team Secret's map. It's been their home for a long, long time. Not surprising they get the win there. But then you come to Sunset. This is a map that certainly you feel like should really, really favor PaperX. But then they bring in the Omen instead of the Cypher. You know, Devi, who's only started playing Omen this year, he's only played it 5 times total, and all 5 are this year. So it still doesn't look comfortable. They lost a ton of control on their defender's side without having that Cypher, and that cost them a bunch of rounds to Lurks from early on from NDG and then eventually to Borkum. So yeah, still, PaperX is enough firepower. They're able to bring these rounds closer, to go back to your point, but overall, I don't think